All right, fellas, let's get into this week's games, and we're going to start with the Vikings versus the Steelers. They are the early game overseas this week. One bar, we'll get to you in a second, but Bass, who wins this game? What's the score? How do you see this one going down, brother?
I almost forgot it was overseas. It's in Dublin, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yep.
I almost forgot it was, and I think I'm going to switch my prediction because it is. And I'll start off by saying this. Aaron Rodgers is usually terrible overseas. Like, I don't know, when he was with the Packers, every time we played, I know it was just London, but I think we played there twice. It was just like so sluggish. Not saying that's going to 100% happen, but I actually had Pittsburgh 21-20, but I think I'm going to flip it to Minnesota 21-20 just because of that. I was going to ride with Rodgers just because, but I think Flores is going to bring a lot of pressure. Obviously, the O-line of the Steelers hasn't been great. I think Rodgers has been rushed through the process a lot this year. And maybe Carson Wentz, 2-0, and then he starts creating his little own Dobbs mania run here, and we keep moving on. I'm going to switch it just because I forgot it was overseas. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go Minnesota 21-20.
All right, 21-20 Minnesota. I like this. Nick, talk to me, man. Who wins this one? The Vikings or the Steelers in Dublin, brother?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I feel like Rodgers doesn't play well overseas, and Minnesota coming off that absolute just beating of the Bengals. I got Minnesota winning this one. I feel like, Carson Wentz, keep riding it. It could be another Sam Howell 2.0, which is kind of crazy to think. But yeah, I got Minnesota in this one. I think that Rodgers is just finally going to fall apart a little bit here.
Come on, man.
I got them 31-21. I got this another high-scoring game. I think Minnesota's offense looks really good so far. That's me being nice, one bar.
Wentz is cooking.
31-21. I absolutely love it. Hey, I don't know there's a little bit of pop from your mic. Maybe make sure that the XLR cable's plugged in. Maybe leave StreamYard, come back. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm picking up a little pop from your mic.
No, I'm hearing a little bit too.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
It's getting old.
Well, while you're messing with that, Dose, talk to me, man. Who wins this one in Dublin? Is it the Vikings or do the Steelers get the job done?
Yeah, well, look, man, Carson Wentz deserves his love, but I tell you what, real quick, the Bengals, I just felt bad for. I'm watching it. Oh my gosh, dude, they can't block or anything. They look horrible. The first play, they had like 3 defensive penalties against the run. Dude, you're on defense is a disaster. Okay, Nick, you good?
Yeah. Sorry, I was testing. I didn't think you
got
guys
angry.
I mean, my bad. I didn't. He's a Bengals fan. It's cool.
Yeah, easy.
That's what I think. The Carson Wentz thing works in this game if they can run the ball against Pittsburgh. And so far, I believe that they will be able to run the ball. And I think Minnesota's defense is going to give them a ton to deal with. I don't think they're going to score much. I don't think Pittsburgh score much in this game. So I think it'll be low scoring. If it turns into a win for the Vikings, maybe it takes special teams play. I'm going to go 13-16 Vikings.
All right. All 3 of them picking the Vikings to win, one bar. I don't know if that's a good thing, but tell me who wins this game and why does it happen? What's your score prediction, brother?
I mean, I just don't think the Steelers are very good. I know they're 2-1. They beat the Jets, the Patriots. Their offense hasn't looked great. Their defense, surprisingly to me at least, hasn't looked great either. They're giving up a lot of yards in the air on the ground. So it's I think the Vikings can handle business here. We beat Aaron Rodgers last year in London when he was with the Jets. The Vikings, for some reason, I think they're 4 or 5-0 overseas. So I think they do win. I'm more on the side of Dion. I don't think it's going to be a sexy 48-10 game by any means. I think it will be low scoring. I think their whole thing is run the ball. Jordan Mason, Carson Wentz, do what you did last week. Go throw for $180. Go throw for 200 yards. We don't need anything crazy because Flores will get after Rodgers and he will put him in the dirt. I don't doubt that at all. But I think it'll be pretty low scoring. 17-14. Won't be the sexiest game in the world. Jordan Addison coming back will be huge. Ryan Kelly sounds like he will be back as well. So the offensive line finally is going to be put back together. And I just think Flores is going to cause some serious issues for old man Rodgers. So, Vikings get a dub. And Carson Wentz is going to – Vikings fans will be losing their panties. They're so excited that we get Carson Wentz, and he's going to be 2-0.
All right. Well, speaking of losing their panties, Lions versus Browns. I don't know how those two go together. I just figured that was a good segue to use. Lions versus Browns, 1 p.m. The Browns already beat a division foe, helping you out, but they might be trouble for Dose's Lions. We will see. Bass, I'm going to go with you first on this one because you just got done playing the Browns and you know that this team can sneak up on you. Do they do it again to the Detroit Lions, or do you think that the Lions can get it done versus the Browns? What do you think here?
I think the Lions are going to get it done. And I think the Packers kind of like probably put on tape a lot of stuff that the Lions are going to look at that and go, okay, this is what we need to do. Like the Packers couldn't run the ball. They couldn't protect Jordan Love. It's going to come down to that. And we know the Lions can run the football. I feel like in all their 2 wins this season, Goff has been able to kind of run a little play action, sit back in the pocket, and find his receiver downfield. Obviously, it's going to come down to that, and there's no stopping Myles Garrett, but there is containing, and I think the Lions are going to have a better game plan for Myles Garrett than the Packers did. They're on fire right now, just coming off a huge win. They have a lot of confidence, and I think, they're just going to have a good game plan against the Browns here, and that's just how I feel it's going to go down. I think they're going to protect Goff a lot better than the Packers did. I got the Lions. I still got a pretty low score just because that defense, you do have to give it respect. And I think the Browns might end up scoring the same amount they did against the Packers. We'll see. But I got Detroit 20-13.
I like it. TD, I have one question for you, brother. How can the Vikings win the Super Bowl if the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl? Those two things don't go together.
TD Sports Talk now. I don't know if he's Finn's Talk anymore.
He's been saying that for the last 2 years. The Vikings win the Super Bowl, man. TD is our curse, man. TD, I love you, man. Killing us.
All right, Nick, talk to me about this one, man. Who wins? Is it the Browns? Do they sneak up on the division again, or do the Lions get this one done?
The Browns are a pretty good ball club. TD's in the chat. He's saying the Vikings are going to win this whole thing. I had to maybe not agree with them. They're going to win this week, but the Browns, the Cleveland Browns. What is a Brown? Is it a dog? Beautiful dogs. No, they're playing at Detroit. I got Detroit winning this one. That's pretty simple. They're so hard to beat at home. They definitely, after last week, showed that they can play against anybody. And though Cleveland's defense, very, very solid, as Baz knows, I think Detroit's going to win this one. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I think it's going to be top 21, and then I got Cleveland maybe scoring 10 in this one.
All right. One bar. Talk to me, man. Who wins this one? Is it the Lions, or can the Browns beat another division foe?
No, Browns are not going to win. I'm drinking the Detroit Lions juice again. I'm back on board after week 1. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? But like they've been just kicking the shit out of everybody now. I think the Lions go there again. The Browns, they can't score points. They can't. I mean, even last week, they didn't get very many points, and it was damn near miracle at the end. I'm not going to give Baz any crap because the Vikings play the Browns in 2 weeks. I'll wait to see what happens there before I say anything. But Lions will take care of business, 21-6.
6, there we go.
Too Evil, Two Hope says Nick's Trump impression is amazing. I could listen to it for hours. We have a group chat, and we get to whether we want to or not. So
if you want more, I'm happy to give it to you. Please let me know. I'm a big winner. What can I say? I see another one that I should do the whole podcast in this voice maybe one time. If TD sends me a wig, I'll do it.
All right. Dose, man, we're talking about your Lions. They've now won 2 straight. Very, very impressive games, and they are playing the Browns, who just beat the Packers. Do the Lions fall into the same trap, or do they get this one done, in your opinion, brother?
Man, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's kind of like what One Bar said. It was a crazy win for the Browns. Like, that was nuts. The way that turned out, I thought they had a great play on the interception that they had. It felt really well disguised. But then, I mean, that was it. I mean, it was some goofiness that happened. That was not supposed to work. When it was 10-0, I'm like, oh, this is going to be 20-0. Cleveland's not going to score. And then they kind of did, but it was weird. I think that they probably do a little bit in this game because I do think that Tillman's a legitimate receiver that they have on the outside. Judy didn't feel like he did much at all. Didn't feel like there was any downfield passing attack. I think that opens up a little bit for Cleveland. I think they're able to push the ball a bit. I think being in Detroit maybe helps that for some reason. So I'm with actually One Bar on this. I have them scoring 6 points in this game. I think we're going to do a little bit more offensively, but I think a big part will be putting points on the board defensively, setting ourselves up, easy touchdowns. I think we've seen this before against a team like this, so I'm going to go 20-6. Lions win it.
20-6. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Bears coming off of their first victory of the season. I think this is a game where they could certainly go into that bye week to Nick's point, 2-2, feeling very, very confident. The question is does that actually happen? We're going to go the opposite way this time. One bar, you talk to me, man. Bears, Raiders in the 4:25 p.m. time slot. Who gets this one done, brother?
Yeah, I mean, both 1 and 2, both desperate for a dub. I'm very curious to see how the Bears actually bounce back after that big ass win last week. When I came on here and did my Bears prediction, I said I'm not picking the Bears until they get a win. They got to prove it. And they went out there and they did it. They took care of business. This is the perfect game. Raiders give up yards on the ground and the air, and quite a few points. So I'm going Bears, and I got the Bears 28-17. They're gonna do some work. They're gonna go into the bye. But if they do come out flat and lose this game after that big dub, Nick, I'm gonna be jumping back off, man. I'm gonna be very off and on the Bears this year. This is their moment. Come off that big dub and get another one going to the bye.
All right, Dose. That's 1 for the Bears. Can you make it 2, or do the Raiders get it done? Who wins this one, brother?
Yeah, and by the way, Nick, I did pick the Bears last week, so just keep that in mind as we're doing this. The defense.
I was told you didn't. I was told everyone said that it was all against me when I
I
left.
took the Bears.
Well, thanks.
Handle business. You're welcome,
Thank you,
Nick. You know what I
Dose.
mean? I feel like there's a bad, you know what I mean? Sometimes we got bad vibes going on. Like I hate the Bears or something. No, I took the Bears last week. You're gonna get it done. But this week, the Raiders are going to get it done. Look, man, everybody's hyped up right now with this. It's time for the Raiders to step up. This defensive line has been atrocious. They've invested so much there. The Bears' offensive line is pretty atrocious as well. I think this Raiders defensive line comes to life. Gino's the kind of guy that you can watch one game like, oh my gosh, Gino's actually really good. Why are we not talking about him? Watch him again, like this guy's horrendous. I think he's going to look pretty good in this game. I think without Jalen Johnson, look, Tyreek Stevenson was great last week. I think they're going to be effective. I think they have a plethora of options. They don't have a great option, but they have a lot of options. And Gino's going to be ripping that thing down the field. It won't be just stuck in this underneath game. So for that reason, I think they're going to win this one. High scoring. I'm going to go 27-24 Raiders.
Wow, way to pull the rug out
Nick
from
looks
underneath them
disgusted
after
right
setting
now.
them up.
Can
like
you
that.
say
was
that my
rough.
offensive line is bad? Because they're pretty darn good at protecting
We're about to find out.
the
We're about to
quarterback.
find out. I think this week's going to look pretty bad.
You are going to, what the kids say, fuck around and find out. Here we go. What else you got? Come on, Baz.
All
Give
right.
it to me. What you got?
Yeah, there it is. Go ahead, Baz.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Dion, but the Raiders don't move me at all. Like kind of like what one bar said. Like you're not gonna pick the Bears until the Bears prove it. I'm like that way with the Raiders. Like when I watch them, they just don't move me at all. I do agree that Gino can be wildly inconsistent. Some games like wow, okay, and then other games terrible. But here's the thing: Caleb has been playing very sound football. Like his passer rating when clean is over 120. He has a big time throw percentage over 5%, a turnover worthy play percentage under 2%. So he's playing good football. I think it does come down to how well he can protect. And the Raiders front isn't the Dallas front. The Dallas front is one of the worst in the NFL getting after the quarterback. So I think it is going to look a little bit different, but they got guys stepping up, balling out like a Dunze. I think he's like second in the league in terms of fantasy points or whatever. Luther Burden stepping up. Raiders, for some reason, can't run the football. Maybe they'll find some success, but I got the Bears 35-27.
Ooh. 2 of them
Wow.
picking the Bears.
Wasn't expecting that from the Baz Araki. Yeah, Dose, you must feel really stupid right now. You must have had Tylenol when you were in your mommy's tummy. Wow. Just putting that out there. They're very silly.
That's crazy.
He did it. Came from his heart.
He got it in. Wow. All right, Nick. Who's going to win this one, man? I assume you're picking the Bears. How do they get it done, and what's the score, brother?
I don't think I can do the impression anymore right now. Okay, hang on. Let me get going a little bit. I'm excited for this one. To go back on Dose's point, I think our offensive line has been playing great. They've been playing great. They've been playing good, sound football. Have you played football before, Dose? You're a high school coach. Picture day was a couple weeks ago. We remember. Not the motel with you and Bass, though, at the draft. That was weird. Anyway, I got the Bears in this one winning. I think it's going to be a good one. I think 31. I think the Raiders will put up a little bit more of a fight, especially them being at home. They're definitely going to try to get established the run. I mean, Genty is definitely going to try to have a day, and he can do it against the Bears' rush defense, which kind of worries me because the Bears' rush defense is one of the worst in the NFL. Hopefully things get going in a better direction for it, but I got the Bears winning this one. I think Caleb's locked in right now. He is going to have bumps this season, but minus Max Crosby, I'm not too worried about that Raiders defense. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to double team with Braxton Jones or whoever's going against Max Crosby this upcoming week. They're going to double team with a tight end. That being said, both tight ends are on the injury list at the moment. Hopefully they get off it sooner than later. But I'm not worried about this one. I think the Bears are going to win this one, enter the bye at 2-2, which a lot of Bears fans are going to be very, very happy about. That's where tons of people were predicted them to be. And if they're 2-2 entering the bye, I'm happy about it, showing progress, and they're overcoming a really bad 0-2 start.
All right, Bears get it done. 3 of the 4 panelists taking them. We're going to go back to Dose and circle back around. We got the Packers at the Cowboys. Sunday night football, man. This is going to be a good one. Do the Packers get back on track and beat the Cowboys, or do the Cowboys keep them reeling? Dose, how do you see this one going down?
I mean, I would love to see the Cowboys win this one. I mean, I want to see the Packers lose again, but it's also the Cowboys. So I'm not always that mad when the Packers beat the Cowboys. And I really do believe this is going to be atrocious. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a better word for this. This is going to be a disaster. I think the Cowboys are going to get steamrolled. I think we're going to see backups here in the fourth quarter. I don't think they can stop Green Bay's offense at all. I don't think they have a piece that matches up well for them defensively. I think their defense is horrible. And on the offense side of the ball, not having CeeDee Lamb, and then I also don't think they have Tyler Booger this week either. It's like you take CeeDee Lamb out of the offense. You'd think maybe they can keep up with them a bit in this one. I don't think they're going to keep up with them at all. I think that back end has been fantastic for Green Bay. So for that, I'm going to go 35-10 backups in the fourth quarter.
Wow. Okay, not even close. 1 bar. Do you agree with Dose, or can the Cowboys get this one done?
No, Cowboys ain't doing shit. The Packers own the Cowboys. It seems like they have for years. And I think what this comes down to, if you're a Cowboys fan, is basically they don't want Micah Parsons to do anything. Like, if Micah Parsons can't go there and get like 3 sacks, I think they're all concerned about that. Shut Parsons down. Whether we win or lose is secondary, and I think that's going to be their focus. And it's going to bite them right in the dick. So I got 24-10. I think the Packers take care of business. And Cowboys, I just don't think they're very good.
Cowboys, quote, ain't doing shit. Nick, do you agree with 1 bar, or do you think the Cowboys can get this one done? Let's not forget that Bass showed your Bears some love, man. Are you going to show it back to the Packers?
My one ask for Bass this week is to get Matt Eberflus fired. Because what better way for him to get fired against the Lions and then get fired against the Packers a year later, only 4 weeks in? I hope Green Bay just absolutely wipes the floor with Matt Eberflus's defense. I got Green Bay winning this one because they're going to come out pissed off after losing to the Browns. I got 35-10. I think they're going to demolish the Cowboys. And I think Micah Parsons, hear me out, 4 sacks.
Wow.
I'm all about that.
Okay. Not only are they picking your Packers, Bass, but they are picking them by a landslide, brother. Are you doing the same here, or do you have a little bit more respect for the Cowboys? What do you think?
It's kind of the similar, but first off, thanks, guys. Like, it seems like for some reason, like, everyone just has hatred towards the Cowboys this week. I'm cool with it, but like, everyone's just like, nah, fuck them. Like, it's Cowboys, but I'm like, all right, like, it's Packers we're talking about here. But yeah, I think it has to be a bounce back game, or else, then you kind of sound the alarm bells a little bit. Like, if the Packers don't have success against this defense, I don't really know what they're doing, because nothing with the Cowboys defense, like, excites me. Nothing. Like, they're allowing 6.5 yards per play. It's the second worst. 125.3 quarterback rating, the second worst. They only have 4 sacks on the year. Why they traded away Parsons? No idea. 5th worst. 12 quarterback hits, 5th worst. Their pressure rate is 25th, 27.1%. So nothing they do on defense. It's like the polar opposite of last week. So the Packers played a really good defense, a really good front, and that was their downfall on offense. That was the reason why it all crumpled. I don't see Dallas having any success, even though Zach Tom's not going to be playing. Whoever we put out there, Belton, Kennard, hopefully not Morgan on right tackle at least. I think they're going to still have success with this offensive line. We played without those guys week 2 against the Commanders. We're completely fine on the offensive line. The Dallas defense, 32nd in pass defense. They allow 9.4 yards per drop back. And you guys, I think 1 bar said it, the Packers have owned Dallas in recent history. 10 out of the last 11 games have ended in a Packers victory, including playoffs. And especially in Dallas, like, every time they play there, they usually have a really good game. I'm very confident in the Packers having a bounce back here before their bye week 5, where they can get a little bit healthy. I agree. I mean, I'm not crazy large deficit, but it's still multi-score deficit. I have Green Bay winning 35-17.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, fourth and forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.